Sandy, yesterday you had made reference to the payroll being at about $150 million, but wanting to get it lower before the start of the season. Do you have a specific number in mind, or just a little lower than this?
No, I think that currently this is not about the payroll. It's about making sure that the projected 25-man roster is coherent and covers all of our needs. So, from my standpoint, again, it's not the payroll so much as it is, okay, we have an abundance of this or an abundance of that, and I'm a little more comfortable when those issues, have been resolved. So, I don't know where the payroll is going to end up. Certainly that, the commitments to Walker and Cespedes are going to keep us at a relatively high level. Where that turns out to be, finally, I just don't know. There's no mandate, so I think that just the next few weeks will determine where we end up.
In terms of the outfield situation, did you learn anything this week that maybe you hadn't anticipated going into the meetings?
Well, first of all, you can never really predict how quickly or how slowly things are going to move. So I think we found out that things are moving slowly in a lot of areas. I mean, if you think about what's happened here, hasn't been as much activity as in past recent winter meetings. But that usually means that things pick up a little bit later on. So we're happy with the conversations that we've had, not just with our outfielders, but across the board. And we'll pick those up when we get back to New York.
You hear the term untouchable attached to certain players around here. Ahmed Rosario, we've heard untouchable, sometimes Michael Conforto. In your experience, you've been doing this for so long, are there players that are truly untouchable, or can sometimes that change with one phone call when an offer becomes too good to pass up?
Well, I think that there quite often can be a presumption that a player is not going anywhere. Could a presumption be overcome by a phone call? Yeah, possibly. But, one of the reasons that we think about these things in advance is so that when we get that phone call, we don't react somewhat irrationally. That's not to say that you don't change your mind, and again, can't be persuaded, but having thought about these things over a long period of time and anticipated a variety of potential telephone calls, there's a presumption that so-and-so isn't going anywhere, and that's generally the case.
Sandy, thanks a lot for doing this all week.
All right, take care.